It is not permissible to split a receptacle that powers a disposal in a residential kitchen. The National Electrical Code, commonly referred to as the NEC, mandates ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protection for all receptacles installed in kitchen areas. This requirement explicitly includes the receptacle designated for the operation of the garbage disposal. Splitting the receptacle with the intention of creating both a switched and an unswitched portion would inherently lead to a situation where only one half of the receptacle is ground fault protected. This creates a significant safety hazard, as the ground fault protected portion of the receptacle would pose a risk of electrical shock in the event of a ground fault. The NEC also contains provisions regarding tamper-resistant receptacles in kitchens. Splitting a receptacle, as proposed, would effectively preclude the installation of a tamper-resistant receptacle, thereby violating this requirement as well. Tamper-resistant receptacles are designed to prevent foreign objects from being inserted into the slots, thus reducing the risk of electrical injury, particularly to children. To elaborate further, let's delve into the specific code articles and reasoning that underpin this prohibition. The primary concern revolves around electrical safety and the prevention of electrical shock hazards in potentially wet or damp environments, such as kitchens. Ground fault circuit interrupters are designed to detect even-minute imbalances in current flow, which can indicate a ground fault condition. When a ground fault is detected, the GFCI trips the circuit, cutting off power and preventing a potentially lethal shock. The NEC mandates GFCI protection in kitchens because of the increased risk of electrical shock due to the proximity of water and conductive surfaces. Sinks, faucets, and appliances like dishwashers and refrigerators all contribute to this elevated risk. Now, consider the scenario of splitting a receptacle. If only one half of the receptacle is connected to the GFCI protected circuit, any fault on the unground fault protected side would not be detected by the GFCI. This means that if a person were to come into contact with a live wire on the unground fault protected side while also being grounded, they could receive a severe or even fatal electrical shock. The installation of tamper-resistant receptacles is another crucial safety measure. These receptacles have internal shutters that prevent the insertion of foreign objects, such as paper clips or metal utensils, into the slots. This is especially important in households with young children who may be curious and prone to exploring electrical outlets. Splitting a receptacle would make it impossible to install a tamper-resistant receptacle because the standard design of these receptacles requires both outlets to be tamper-resistant. From a practical standpoint, attempting to split a receptacle in this manner would also likely violate the listing and labeling requirements of the NEC. Receptacles are typically listed and labeled for specific uses and configurations. Modifying a receptacle by splitting it could void its listing, making the installation non-compliant with the code. Furthermore, such a modification could create a fire hazard due to improper wiring or inadequate insulation. When wiring a kitchen disposal, it is essential to adhere to all applicable NEC requirements and local electrical codes. This includes using the correct type of wiring, properly grounding the circuit, and installing GFCI protection. If a switched receptacle is desired for the disposal, the entire receptacle must be GFCI protected. This can be accomplished by installing a GFCI circuit breaker in the electrical panel or by using a GFCI receptacle upstream of the disposal receptacle. In addition to GFCI protection, it is also important to consider the ampacity of the circuit. The disposal should be connected to a circuit with sufficient ampacity to handle its load without overloading the circuit. The NEC provides guidelines for determining the appropriate circuit size based on the appliance's power consumption. Another important aspect of kitchen wiring is the proper use of conductors and wiring methods. The NEC specifies the types of conductors and wiring methods that are permitted in different locations and applications. For example, non-metallic sheath cable, commonly known as Romex, is often used for residential wiring, but it must be installed in accordance with the NEC requirements for protection and support. In areas where the wiring is exposed to physical damage, such as in unfinished basements or garages, it may be necessary to use conduit or other protective measures. Grounding is another critical aspect of electrical safety. The NEC requires that all electrical equipment be properly grounded to provide a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping the circuit breaker and preventing electrical shock. Grounding can be achieved through various methods, such as connecting the equipment to a grounding electrode system or using a grounding conductor in the wiring system. Proper grounding is essential for ensuring the effectiveness of GFCI protection. In summary, splitting a receptacle that powers a kitchen disposal is not permitted by the NEC due to safety concerns related to GFCI protection and tamper-resistant receptacles. Adhering to the NEC requirements for kitchen wiring is essential for ensuring the safety of occupants and preventing electrical hazards. Always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all electrical work is performed in accordance with applicable codes and standards. Considering different scenarios will further illustrate the importance of these regulations. Imagine a situation where a homeowner attempts to split the disposal receptacle, providing power to the disposal via the unground fault-protected side. One day, the motor within the disposal begins to fail, leading to a short circuit. Because the unground fault-protected side of the receptacle is not connected to a GFCI device, the short circuit goes undetected. The metal housing of the disposal becomes energized, and the homeowner, while doing dishes with wet hands, touches the disposal. The homeowner receives a severe electrical shock, as the electricity courses through their body to ground. This scenario highlights the critical role that GFCI protection plays in preventing electrical injuries in kitchens. Now consider another scenario. A young child is in the kitchen, unsupervised for a brief moment. The child notices the electrical receptacle for the disposal and, out of curiosity, attempts to insert a metal object, such as a paper clip, into one of the slots. If the receptacle were a standard, non-tamper-resistant receptacle, the child could easily insert the object, potentially contacting a live electrical conductor. This could result in a severe electrical shock, burns, or even death. However, if the receptacle were a tamper-resistant receptacle, the internal shutters would prevent the child from inserting the object, thereby preventing a potential electrical injury. These scenarios illustrate the importance of adhering to all applicable NEC requirements and local electrical codes when performing electrical work in kitchens. These codes are designed to protect people from electrical hazards and to ensure the safe operation of electrical equipment. When wiring a kitchen disposal, always use the correct type of wiring, properly ground the circuit, and install GFCI protection. If a switched receptacle is desired for the disposal, the entire receptacle must be GFCI protected. And always use tamper-resistant receptacles to protect children from electrical injuries. Remember, electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all work is performed safely and in accordance with applicable codes and standards. Now, let's review the specific NEC articles that are relevant to this discussion. While the exact article numbers may vary depending on the edition of the NEC being used, the following concepts remain consistent. NEC Article 210.8 addresses ground fault circuit interrupter protection for personnel. This article mandates GFCI protection for receptacles in dwelling unit kitchens. The specific wording of this article may specify particular locations within the kitchen where GFCI protection is required, such as countertop receptacles, receptacles serving islands and peninsulas, and receptacles within a certain distance of sinks. It is important to consult the latest edition of the NEC to determine the exact requirements for GFCI protection in kitchens. NEC Article 406.4d addresses tamper-resistant receptacles. This article requires that all 15 and 20 amp 125 volt receptacles in dwelling units be tamper-resistant. This requirement applies to all receptacles in the kitchen, including the receptacle that powers the disposal. Tamper-resistant receptacles are designed to prevent the insertion of foreign objects into the slots, thus reducing the risk of electrical injury, particularly to children. NEC Article 110.3b addresses the installation and use of listed or labeled equipment. This article requires that all electrical equipment be installed and used in accordance with its listing and labeling instructions. Modifying a receptacle by splitting it could void its listing, making the installation non-compliant with the code. The disposal itself will usually have a specific voltage and current demand, which should be matched to the circuit breaker and conductor size in the electrical panel. The electrical panel should be properly grounded as well. All these factors need to be considered when installing the electrical system for kitchen disposal. Remember that electrical codes can be complex and may vary depending on the jurisdiction. It is always best to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all electrical work is performed in accordance with applicable codes and standards. An electrician can assess the specific requirements of the installation and ensure that all safety precautions are taken. The dangers of improperly installed wiring include electrical shock, fire, and property damage. Therefore, it is essential to take electrical safety seriously and to follow all applicable codes and standards. In addition to the NEC, local jurisdictions may have their own electrical codes that are more stringent than the NEC. It is important to be aware of these local codes and to comply with them. A qualified electrician will be familiar with both the NEC and the local electrical codes. When selecting an electrician, it is important to choose one who is licensed and insured. A licensed electrician has met the requirements for training and experience and has passed an examination to demonstrate their knowledge of electrical codes and safety practices. An insured electrician has liability insurance to protect you in case of accidents or damages. Checking online reviews and asking for referrals can help you find a reputable electrician. Before hiring an electrician, be sure to get a written estimate that includes the cost of labor and materials. The estimate should also specify the scope of the work to be performed. It is also a good idea to ask the electrician for references from previous customers. By taking these precautions, you can help ensure that your electrical work is performed safely and properly. If you are not comfortable performing electrical work yourself, it is always best to hire a qualified electrician. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is not worth risking your safety or the safety of others to save a few dollars. A qualified electrician will have the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform their work safely and in accordance with applicable codes and standards. They also have the proper tools and equipment. By hiring a qualified electrician, you can have peace of mind knowing that the work has been done correctly. When the kitchen disposal is installed, make sure it is grounded as well. The grounding is often done by connection to the metal chassis of the disposal and back to the main grounding wire. This prevents electrical shocks as well. Make sure that the disposal is not plugged into an extension cord and is wired directly into the receptacle. Extension cords are often not rated to the current demand of a disposal. Finally, it is important to periodically inspect the electrical wiring and equipment in your home for any signs of damage or wear. Look for frayed wires, cracked insulation, and loose connections. If you find any problems, have them repaired by a qualified electrician as soon as possible. Regular electrical maintenance can help prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safety of your home.